John Ratcliffe, he did a phenomenal job that night. He did something that I don't know if you want to talk about it. If you want, you can. I'm not sure he's supposed to. I'm not going to talk about it. But the CIA was very responsible for finding this little speck. It's like they used an expression on one of the shows. A general was talking about, it's like finding a needle in a haystack, finding this pilot. And the CIA was unbelievable. And you may, if you can, you'll talk, it might be classified, in which case I'd have to put him in jail if he talks about it. And I don't want to put him in jail.
Days after Trump dropped a cryptic hint about something special the CIA did in Iran, are we now getting the first real glimpse of a secret tracking tool built for rescue in hostile deserts? Did the CIA quietly deploy a system called Ghost Murmur to hunt a single downed US airman across Iran's deserts, turning an invisible pilot into a live blip on their screens? Was this the first ever field use of quantum-based tech in a high-risk covert rescue mission, signaling a new era where physics labs meet real-time combat search and rescue? And did this secret system really turn one human heartbeat into a targetable signal across Iran's empty desert, giving CIA eyes where even drones and satellites were blind? Just days after the F-15E airman was pulled out of Iran, a new report claims a classified CIA weapon helped turn the desperate search into a precision rescue. According to that account, a secret CIA tool tracked the lost crew member as he moved and hid across Iran's remote desert. The technology, nicknamed Ghost Murmur, reportedly took a faint, hidden signal and converted it into a live, trackable target for rescuers. The system is said to detect tiny electromagnetic signals from a human heartbeat at long range, even when radios stay silent. AI software then filtered out background noise, rock, sand, even wildlife, to isolate one human signature in the desert. Sources say this was the system's first operational use in a live, combat zone search mission rather than a controlled test. The F-15E weapons officer had been shot down and was hiding for nearly 2 days in harsh, desolate terrain with limited gear. All the while, Iranian troops were reportedly scouring the area with a bounty on his head, forcing him to stay hidden and off the radio. One source said the barren desert made an ideal first operational use for Ghost Murmur, because fewer signals meant cleaner readings. The device itself is said to have been developed by engineering teams linked to Lockheed Martin Skunk Works, the same outfit behind stealth jets. Ghost Murmur reportedly detects the electromagnetic signature of a human heartbeat using advanced quantum-based sensors, then feeds that raw data into powerful AI. The system pairs those signals with AI algorithms to strip away background clutter and pinpoint individual human targets in the open. It is said to rely on synthetic diamond-based sensors for long-range signal detection, pushing the limits of what current hardware can hear. The tech works best in remote areas with very low electromagnetic interference, where every extra signal is easier to spot. It still requires processing time and reportedly cannot operate effectively in dense urban environments packed with competing noise. Iran's desert conditions provided a relatively clean signal environment, with low interference and wide-open lines of sight. Nighttime operations added strong thermal contrast between a human body and the surrounding terrain, helping cue other sensors. Once detection was confirmed, that single fix reportedly triggered a large-scale rescue push with multiple aircraft and special units. A high-risk US rescue mission inside Iran has drawn attention not only for its tactical complexity but also for its massive cost and the reported losses suffered during the operation. The mission was launched to recover the second crew member of a downed F-15E Strike Eagle after the aircraft was shot down over Iranian territory during a combat sortie. For this operation, the US deployed several highly specialized aircraft, including the MC-130J Commando II, a long-range special operations transport configured for dangerous, low-visibility insertions. The MC-130J is among the most advanced aircraft in the US inventory, designed to operate in hostile environments, penetrate defended airspace, and support covert or special operations forces. Each MC-130J is estimated to cost over $100 million, underscoring the enormous financial stakes involved when such platforms are committed to a single mission. These aircraft are equipped with sophisticated sensors, secure communications, and the ability to refuel in midair, enabling them to penetrate deep into contested territory and remain on station for extended periods. Despite their advanced capabilities, the mission reportedly encountered major challenges on the ground, including intense Iranian air defenses and local militia activity. US officials have confirmed that 2 of these MC-130J craft were destroyed during the course of the operation, marking a significant material loss for the US Special Operations Aviation Fleet. On April 6, Trump bragged that CIA teams had spotted the downed airman from 40 miles away, hinting at tech most people had never heard of. He singled out CIA Director John Ratcliffe for praise, saying he'd done something remarkable that night without spelling out what it was. Trump even joked that the tool might be classified and Ratcliffe could go to jail if he talked about it on camera. In the same briefing, Ratcliffe confirmed that top-secret technology, alongside human assets, had been key to finding the downed aviator before Iran did.
Because it is the unique tradition of the U.S. Armed Forces that we leave no man or woman behind, this was a no-fail mission. That was the spirit in which the President put us to work, and we were determined not to let him down or our airmen down. At the President's direction, we deployed both human assets and exquisite technologies that no other intelligence service in the world possesses to a daunting challenge, comparable to hunting for a single grain of sand in the middle of a desert. This was also a race against the clock, as it was critical that we locate the downed aviator as quickly as possible, while at the same time keeping our enemies misdirected. For that reason, in addition to the human and technical assets deployed by the President to find our airman, CIA executed a deception campaign to confuse the Iranians who were desperately hunting for our airmen. On Saturday morning, we achieved our primary objective by finding and providing confirmation that one of America's best and bravest was alive and concealed in a mountain crevice, still invisible to the enemy, but not to the CIA. That confirmation was relayed by Secretary Hegseth to the President, and the operation quickly moved to the execution phase. Following the successful exfiltration on Saturday night, our intelligence reflects that the Iranians were embarrassed and ultimately humiliated by the success of this audacious rescue mission. And to the American people, your confidence should be boosted by knowing that the security of the nation is in the hands of a president who's willing to take on problems that have confounded both sides of the political aisle for nearly half a century. It is an honor to serve under a leader who just proved that you can believe him when he says, no matter what, we will leave no one behind. We will come for you.
The emergence of Ghost Murmur raises big questions about how far such tools could go in future, tracking enemies, dissidents, or even civilians far beyond classic battlefields. For now, Ghost Murmur remains one of the most secretive tools in the US arsenal, glimpsed only through hints, leaks, and one very high-stakes night in Iran.